from Easy Peasy Tuition. So, today's topic, what the is a hashtag? People talk about hashtags all the time, especially these days. You know, Instagram, you can have 30 of them on one post. You can make up your own hashtag, just write it all in one word and press go. But what actually is a hashtag? What's the point of them? What do they do? So, to show you all about that, I am going to open up the website where hashtags all started off, Twitter. So this, as I say, these guys had the idea first. You even get hashtags now that are trending. You can see over here on the right, we've got trends for you, and a couple of those actually start with a hash. So they've obviously got really popular. Now, the whole idea behind them is that they're kind of like a label for your tweet or your post or whatever you're doing on social media. So they're a label, and they're also a search. So it's actually a really clever idea. Anything that you write with the hash in front of it becomes a label, like a keyword. So people who are looking for what you're talking about can actually just click on that hashtag, hence why it's also a search. So they're kind of using the keyword or the label that you've given your tweet in this instance, and then it shows them all the other tweets that are out there right now with the same label on. So for example, this one here, the first one in the list, has the hashtag Coronation Street. I don't personally watch Coronation Street, but let's click it and we'll see all the tweets that have the hashtag Coronation Street that are out there at the moment. So there we go. We have a long list, apart from the adverts. We have a long list of hashtag Coronation Street things. It's even got the label Coronation Street as well. So it's not just looking for the hash. There we go. So Coronation Street. It's made them bold to highlight where they are. And anytime you actually click that or search for it in the top search, those tweets will come up. And so will obviously the newer ones. They'll all kind of come up to the top. Let's do an actual search for a hashtag. So one of the ones that I am probably going to use a fair amount is tech tips. So let's type in hashtag tech tips. It's having a little think about it, and then it actually brings up in the list people that use the name tech tips. But we only want the hashtag, so don't worry about going down that row and clicking on a person. You can either click on the actual hashtag in that list, which is at the top, or what I do is just press enter, and then you don't have to go and scroll down the list. And that's the same with any search. You're just searching with what you've typed in. So here we go. The first one was tweeted on the 8th of May. So that's yesterday, so it's not long ago. And there is the hashtag tech tips. They've also used hashtag teacher tips. So now we could click that and go on to see who else has tweeted about hashtag teacher tips. So again, we'll just scroll down and we'll be able to see, apart from the adverts, we'll be able to see who's used the hashtag teacher tips. So you can use hashtags on Twitter really, really effectively to find other people that you're interested in, to find other content that you're interested in. However, Twitter is kind of only where this started. Facebook now uses hashtags as well. Let's whip over to Facebook. Here we are. And if I was to write a post, testing some hashtags today, and then I can put tech tips. You can see as I write it, it's actually kind of highlighted as I write it. And then when I post that, there we go, it is indeed highlighted, it's blue. And when I put my mouse over there, you can see that it is a link. It's got the underline underneath it, which means that you can press it. So again, just like Twitter, it's a tag, it's a keyword, it's a label, if you like, but it's also a search. So if I press that, it will show me everything that I am entitled to see on Facebook that has that hashtag. There we go. So that's actually a recent one from me. Scroll down a bit. Okay, the Association of Mountaineering Instructors. And they have indeed used the hashtag down here, tech tips. There we go. So this stuff now will be coming in from all over the globe. Here we go, Australian Federal Police. Can't actually tell where that one is, but they will be coming in from anywhere in the world that's used that hashtag that I can see. The difference between Facebook and Twitter is that obviously Facebook has a lot of privacy settings going on. So if I'm not entitled to see a post that has the hashtag tech tips, then I won't see it, even if I search for that. With Twitter, you can either see it or you can't. It's as simple as that, really. So we've had a look at how hashtags started. We know that they're a label, but they're also a search, a keyword, if you like. And we know that they work on Facebook as long as you're entitled to see them. Now, let's have a look at Instagram. Instagram has really made something of hashtags. They've made them their own kind of tool, if you like, because on Twitter, you have to actually click the hashtag to then go around and search for other stuff that have that hashtag. With Instagram, you can follow a hashtag. So a bit like being friends with it, you will get to see stuff that other people post with a particular hashtag that you followed, whether you know them or not. So you can be introduced to whole loads of new content, new people, new accounts that you would never know existed, purely because they have put a post on Instagram using that hashtag. So on my own profile, as you can see, I've got quite a few hashtags, because again, if people follow those hashtags, then they'll see me. So if I click on one of them, I'm going to go with North Wales UK. If I click on one of those, it will look for that search. So it will look for that hashtag, and it shows you here there are 101 posts that use hashtag North Wales UK, and it gives me the option to follow that. Amazing. I'm going to do that, because then whenever somebody else post something on Instagram that has the hashtag North Wales UK, it will go in my feed, and I don't have to follow that person to see that post. So, and again, a bit like Twitter, the privacy is either you can see it or you can't. There's nothing particularly complicated about that. So there we go. There are some Instagram posts with hashtag North Wales UK. So you can see how it's narrowing down a lot of stuff that you may or may not want to see. Okay, I better follow some. So on here, let's search for tech tips. And there we go. So we can see again, we've got the hashtag, we've got the number of posts. I'm going to click follow. I quite like the look of Technology Rocks too. Let's go and follow that one. There we go. That's got 165,000 posts with that one. The great thing about hashtags on Instagram is that when you're using them, as you use them, you can actually see how many posts there are that use that hashtag. So 44,783 posts. If you were putting that in on a post that you wanted to post and you weren't quite sure how you wanted to put it, you could do both versions of it. You could say, for example, tech tips or technology tips. So tech tips has 44,783. If I do technology tips, there you go, that's only got 1,230. So there's not going to be as many people seeing that as there are going to be the tech tips one. So I'm going to switch it back. There we go. So now I've got lots and lots that I can scroll through and see what I find. So I hope that's given you a bit of an insight into how hashtags work and what on earth they are, what it all means. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.